So Austin X is still here at South by. Taylor, another Austin company, Eden Data. First, Taylor, tell us about what is Eden Data.
Absolutely. Hey, everybody. Eden Data is a cybersecurity company geared towards startups and scale-ups. We provide security and compliance expertise on subscription. We say if you're a startup looking to grow fast, you need your certifications, you need your data privacy in place, let us handle it for you. Yeah, we're based here in Austin. Teams all over the U.S., but Austinite myself, so South by has a near and dear place in my heart.
So we've seen companies here at the pitch competition. We've seen companies at panels. We've seen other Austin companies at the Creative Expo. Eden Data is not at any of those. You're one of the companies and people here kind of wandering the halls, being part of it. What is it that you're hoping to get out of kind of being here at South by?
Oh, that's such a good perspective. So yes, Eden Data is one of the lurkers. So I have been spending a lot of my time in the informal events. So a lot of founder events, a lot of things happening outside of the expo itself. A lot of just informal networking is happening behind the scenes, and you don't even have to be an official badge holder for South by to experience those. For a company that sells into startups, that is far and above where I'm getting the most value. So been a part of a lot of cool founder dinners, founder parties, going to a smart chicken coop event later on today to talk to some prospects. So pretty cool to see where you can pick and choose where you meet with people, where you interact, where you build relationships.
And what are you seeing in terms of how much of those kind of events is Austin and how much of people kind of from outside of the ecosystem showing up there?
Okay, I have a two-pronged answer to this because it feels like everybody I've talked to like moved to Austin the last 6 months. So a lot of people that technically live in Austin now, but most of the startups we're interacting with are not based here. So we've actually been pitching our services to customers or prospects all over the world. We've got people in it seems like every country at this point that I've talked to. That's a broad stroke statement, but it's been pretty cool to see how diverse the crowd is, and then how they're finding out about these events and how they're ending up in these random little houses and parties and dinners and whatnot.
So interesting. We've talked a lot about the kind of international contingent coming. You say you're seeing them everywhere. What are the other kind of observations that you're seeing at all these kind of ex South by events, kind of the unofficial pieces that are coming around? What are you seeing?
So seeing a lot of founders similar to myself that are going out and hustling informally and going and meeting people, and they've devoted an entire week of their time to just walk around and see who they can meet and who they can strike conversations up with. That's one big observation. I think the other thing that I am seeing is that there's actually quite a bit of folks that work at startups that are not necessarily founders themselves, that are at all stages startups in terms of size and trajectory from all over the world. And that's been pretty cool to see that you have these employees and founders and VCs and the folks that are either indirectly or directly involved in startups, out here networking, out here building relationships, and seeing value from this.
So this is only my second South by. You've been here a lot longer. Does it feel like it's back to normal? Does it feel the same? Where's your sense of it?
So someone told me that this South by has more people than ever, and it doesn't seem that way when I'm out there. It seems like it's a little bit lackluster in terms of the size of the crowds. I wonder how much SVB played a part in that. A lot of founders pulled out last second, a lot of people stressing over the weekend. We'll see if the energy picks up a little bit. But surprisingly, it seems like it's been less hectic. I also think that South by has gotten a little better at organizing and orchestrating where they have events and how they're structured around town.
As somebody who's kind of hustling and trying to sell into startups in the space, have you really seen a kind of pre and post Sunday afternoon when kind of the announcement of SVP and all the depositor insured, like people kind of giving that sigh of relief and kind of the atmosphere come back, or is it kind of hanging over?
The vibe that I'm getting is that people are back to business. I went to a bunch of things on Friday, and it seemed like a slew of people just wanted to drink and cry, and the experience was like it was a weird interaction with select individuals, and then I went to a couple parties where the mood was down. Except now Sunday afternoon I was at an event, and then I've been at things yesterday and today, and it definitely seems like people are more motivated. They're back in business. They're not stressing as much. They know they're going to get their money now. So they know they can make payroll and they can get back to focusing on South by.
So kind of to wrap it up here, what's your kind of biggest takeaway so far? We're kind of getting towards the end of it so far. What's What's the biggest thing coming out of South by?
I am loving how many friggin' startups, how many cool ideas there are out in the world. I say it every year, but I feel like especially now, it just seems like post-COVID world, it is easier than ever to start a business. There are so many people that are small, scrappy teams that are out there changing the world. We've seen just amazing pitches. We've heard amazing business ideas. And that has been just a really cool experience for me. It's certainly motivating for me to see how many people are in the startup space and are working to build something great for the world.
Taylor from Eden Dayton, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. You guys, I love y'all and I appreciate the platform. Thanks for allowing me to be a part of it.